Good morning, traders. Paul here with Gamma Edge. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of September. Let's get started. Pause your players here, read to the bottom. If you agree, hit that play button. Summary for today, the short-term signal has turned long. These are very early signals, prone to failure. Do not get out over your skis. The intermediate term signal is about to move from short to cash, and the long-term signal is still short and in cash. Paper trades only. None of this is a recommendation to buy or sell any security. This is for learning purposes only. So we closed really close to the end of day transition range that we had projected from yesterday's morning. And when we factor in the daily action, the volume, the fact that it's a Livermore level, etc., we can make a plausible case for why we ended up at 3,900. We are expecting a range today of 3850 to 3950, and we have a bias to 3950 over the next 2 days. We may get there today, don't know. Significant amount of puts have expired. Mentioned this yesterday. That was coincident with last week's OPEX. In fact, a very, very large amount. We are seeing evidence of puts slowly being added, way down, and this is shifting the deltas a little bit. So I think this is good. And as we move up in price, obviously the puts become cheaper, those spreads become cheaper, and we'll see more people go in. So that's a good thing. We want to see a continued action there. The goalposts, 4,300, 3,800, we're between those, of course. We have an end-of-month target still at that JPM short call, 4,005. A lot of stacking here at 4,000. Just be aware of all of that. The expiry today is net calls. But over the next 2 days, it's really balanced in a 50-50. Today is the last trading day for the VIXpiration, so would expect a lot of adjustments. And tomorrow at the open, the VIX will settle, and that'll be important. We also have some news events which could cause some upside movement or upside hedging in the VIX in preparation of tomorrow. When we take a look at the cumulative tick, pause your players here, read these bubbles. The key takeaway is that yesterday we did see this initial crossing. As we moved up, we had some confirmations that if you took this downward trend, obviously very short term, it's time to close those hedges, and hence we're in pretty good shape there. I think we could continue up. Make sure you do your if-then statements. If we continue up, what are you going to do? If we reverse, how are you going to take advantage of selling the rip? Again, today may be directionless, and play accordingly. When we take a look at the zeros, this is what we were talking about. We saw at the expiry a lot of downside movement in the delta and the gamma for the SPXA, which we consider kind of the benchmark, the mothership. We are seeing some recovery. This recovery is indicative of puts going in and or calls coming out also, but it's a balance. I circled everything else here just to show that we still have a divergence to a certain degree. We've got this downside, continuous trending, and not a lot of aggressive movement to the upside. So just be aware of that. We're not necessarily seeing a sufficient number of puts go in these other complexes. Taking a look at the key levels for today, 4,300, 3,800, two goalposts, 4,000, as I said. A little lower in the expected move. Pay attention to that. Here's that JPM sitting out here, really kind of just sitting there in the PM settled. It's not very dominant at this point. As we get closer, obviously these numbers will go up, but just be aware of that. The range today, 4,000 is the upper side, 38 is the lower. Very, very interesting. We're right in the middle, obviously, at 39, and that's why this is balanced. Don't think we're going to either of these today, but always be aware the range is a conservative value, and we try to make sure that if you're selling anything outside of these ranges, that you know what the likelihood of that is. Zero DTE for today, we closed right at transition, 3,900. So we had projected 3905, 3910, 3915 range. We didn't make it there yesterday, but we got pretty darn close. Had the direction right. The Livermore level of 3900 and daily action kept us right here at this nice level here. You can see negative gamma below that. Fairly evenly shaped distribution, although we have net positive expiry today. And as I said, over the next 2 days, we're about balanced. Taking a look at the 1 DTE, here's where we are now. A little bit of downside available to us for the lower transition. Upper transitions really start becoming well defined above this 3945, 3950 range, and specifically this pocket that we're seeing right here where we flip back and forth is always of interest. Not very strong, very weak overall transition, and as we come out of it, not a lot of pull to the upside, and you can see we're a little bit stronger on the downside. So just be aware of that if we do slip downward, this could become relevant. We don't think it's going to be today, though. Taking a look at the overall combo complex, again, very loose structure in the gamma distribution. You can see it's back and forth, offers a lot of hiding places where gamma is flat for the dealers, and they're just dealing with a constant delta change as price goes up and down. The range today that we're expecting is probably in this 3850 to 3950 range, and the only reason we're picking that, aside from the transitions that you saw before, is that below that 3950 we really start getting dominant again in the net negative gamma, and that's going to potentially pull us down. So minus trans is what we're labeling here at 3850. That's where we're net negative gamma all the way below. And then up here on the upside, we're looking at 4010, as plus trans. And aside from this little pocket that's sitting up here at 4065, we're net positive gamma. And if we start making it up here, we'll see a lot of the deltas flip. So I think the overall takeaway is we're expecting to play in this range with a bias to the upside. And end of month, as I said, our targeting is up in this range. Just because where the JPM is and the delta adjustments that are associated with that. So with that, I'll leave you. If you like today's content, certainly, or have questions on it, certainly come into the website. That'll take you to a sign-up page for the Discord. 14-day free trial, no risk to you. All the tools turned on. You get a chance to meet the traders and investors and just great group of people. People. Here on Twitter. Please follow us, Gamma Edges with the S, and then on YouTube, of course. If you like today's content, smash that like button. Let me know that I'm providing value for you, and of course, follow us so that you get notified next time myself, Taylor, or Mike post a video. So with that, I'll bid you farewell. Good luck. Have a good Tuesday, and hope to see you in the Discord.